Good morning, viewers of Anahita TV. I'm so happy to be with you. Today is going to be a very interesting day, so stay tuned, stay with me till the end. And once again, if this is helpful to you, you think your friends can use it, please like and subscribe. So today I want to talk about being a spiritual being, living inside a physical body. So we have actually three aspects: the physical, the soul, the spiritual, as well as the mental. So that's three: the mental, the body. And so the way we can become a whole person is when all these three things are in harmony. And why do we exercise? We exercise because it needs the electrical magnetic things that are going on in the body needs to move, needs to produce energy. And when it produces energy, you're not stagnant, because we are physical, because we have water and all these electrical things inside of us. We can't, it's kind of like being a puddle of water. If you notice a puddle of water, if it's in the same area for a long time, what it does, it turns nasty after a while. It has to move. But a river, the ocean, the waterfall, how beautiful they are, and how courageous and how much electrical magnetic energy they carry when they're moving. So as a human being, you got to move, because you got to move all this, liquids and solids and all these gases that are inside of us that needs to move. The reason I'm talking about this is because during the pandemic, myself and a lot of other people, we were very stagnant because we didn't get to go out. And I was even told not to. The first 3 weeks I didn't even go out the house. They were saying don't go out the house. Then I realized, I can at least be in nature. So I started going to nature. But even nature was limited. I believe here in Los Angeles there were only 2 beaches in the entire city we could go to. We could go to Venice Beach, and there was another beach near Santa Barbara that we could, in Oxnard I believe, that we could go to. But I took advantage of that. I would always go to the beaches that we were allowed to go to and take advantage, because what happens is that I believe in grounding. You need your feet to touch the ground to feel good, to move, to connect to the earth and move the energy inside you. Another thing you can do is trees, hanging out with trees, like putting your back to the tree or touching or hugging. That's why certain people are called tree huggers, because they believe in nature, they live in nature, and they love nature. So what I want to talk about is, what are you doing? If you look in the mirror, let's say you were like myself, I gained 30 pounds during a pandemic, and I'm working really hard to get rid of it. I want to kind of make this video for the women. If you have a lady friend who isn't watching, please have them watch. I was very athletic growing up. I was in the basketball team. I was a runner avidly. I ran an hour every day, and I was always in shape. And then what happened after the pandemic, regardless of how much I exercised, I kept gaining. And that was kind of scary. And I knew there was something wrong. I knew there was something going on that I had no idea what it was. So I did research, and then at first I was working out. I was doing 3 hours a day sometimes. I was going to the gym. I was doing an hour of run. And then I was also doing hot yoga every 3 or 4 days a week. And what was happening is, every time I would do all of that, instead of losing, I would gain. My body went into this fear mode of, oh my God, where's everything going? So I researched this. It was because of stress. When the body is in high level of stress, especially what happened with us, we were away from people. We were not connected to our families. And I'm very family oriented, and I didn't get to see my family for a while. I visit my family, and they visit me at least every, once a year I visit them, once a year they visit me. So it's every 6 months. It's not that much, but honestly, for 2 years, I didn't see my family, and it was really pretty scary. And for someone who grew up with a huge family, it was not very healthy. Even yourselves, if you have a small family, even that is a blessing. We're actually experiencing so much negative backlash after what happened. A lot of people, even my own family members that were disconnected for over 3 to 4 years, we have no idea where they are and what they're doing. They don't want to talk to anybody. We have their numbers and we know where they live, but they don't want to talk to us. They don't want to talk to anybody. There's just under a state of shock and fear. So a lot of people didn't get out of that. Okay, so I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to the people who are like myself, had stress, and their body still in that state of stress. And this is how you know you're still in that state of stress. It's because of your vagus nerve. The vagus nerve, when it's affected, when it goes into shock of stress after stress and after stress, it's kind of like a drug addict. It needs more and more and more to keep going. So to disrupt the vagus nerve, you've got to do the opposite. So you've got to relax. You've got to stop working out like crazy, like I did. So what I did, the way I started to actually losing weight, is started doing human garage, which is fascia release. Doing fascia releases, it's also, you could do it through dance. If you start taking dance classes, you can definitely heal your body. The other thing is, of course, the fascia release. And another thing is meditation. You need all of them at once. If you've gained 30 or 40 pounds like I did, the more relaxation you do, the better. And don't judge yourself. If you're gaining weight still, don't be scared and go back to the gym and start doing all sorts of crazy workouts, because that's going to put you back into stress again. Your vagus nerve doesn't trust you right now. If you're in a state of stress, your vagus nerve is out of balance and it doesn't trust you. You have to meditate and relax for a long period of time before it recognizes that, you know, okay, we're not in a state of fear anymore. We can chill. And I don't mean to sit home and eat bonbons all day. You're going to have to eat very healthy. Maybe quit eating the bigger animals like cows and sheep and all that. Maybe just eat chicken or very healthy foods, because those animals experience fear and stress right before they're killed or slaughtered for, you know, distributed to grocery stores. Or you can buy your meat from a humane place like a kosher and halal. They're kind of a lot more humane the way they kill the animal. You could do that if you want to eat meat. The only reason I'm expressing this concern is because of stress. We want to reduce our stressors, and that's one of the ways you can reduce the stress. Because one of the things that happens when the vagus nerve is completely activated and it's in stress mode, your gut health is going to go down. That's what was happening to me. Gut health, sleeplessness at night. So if this is what's happening, you're gaining weight, you always have stomach issues, and you can't sleep. These are the three ailments that is going on with me. And so you've got to like slowly go there. And I don't mean be lazy and sit at home. You still can walk and meet friends and go to regular yoga, not hot yoga. Hot yoga is going to also put you in stress. Anything that stresses your muscles and your body is not going to be good. And if you like to work out, I would still do stretches before I work out and do stretches right after. And maybe do 15 minutes of stretch before you work out and 15 minutes or 10 minutes of stretch after you work out. So you could still do the things that you enjoy doing, except you have to be kind to your body. The physical being needs to be loved and protected at this moment, because what happened was during the pandemic, the fear was so high that our fascias are crystallized and dehydrated. So that's what happens when the fascia is how we keep memory. Water is the cause of memory, water. And then what happens when it crystallizes, it's actually water turned into mucus. I know it sounds gross, inside your body. And you're not fat. It's not actually fat, because that's why you can lose it so quickly also, if your body is in a state of relaxation. What I did was I went to a human garage event that was 3 hours long, and it was in a park. So I actually went barefoot and I did all the maneuvers at the park. Honestly, the next day I was 7 pounds less. And I think it had to do with the water weight, and also the mucus was coming out. I know it sounds disgusting. I'm so sorry. I've had really interesting experiences. And, being a healer, you experience some weird stuff. And I'm sorry, but I want to talk about it because there's a lot of people like me out there right now that are healers that need to hear this, that are struggling. So this is meant to help you. And I hope it's helpful. If you have any questions or concerns, please leave them in the comments below. I just wanted to help out and let you know some of the tips and tricks that I do. I meditate daily, and if I'm lazy to meditate, I'll go for a walk. So meditation doesn't mean sitting in one corner and closing your eyes. Sometimes it could be, if you're an art lover, you could go to an art museum and look at art. If you are a bird watcher, you can go to a park where there are birds and take your binoculars and watch the birds. Or if you just enjoy being in nature, you could go to the beach, sit by the lake, sit at a park, and just do nothing. There's a movie with Julia Roberts, the Eat, Pray, Love, and I believe she goes to Italy, and they talk, I don't remember the Italian phrase, but it's about the beauty of doing nothing. And she buys this lingerie, and I think she went to buy this lingerie because she liked it. And the salesperson, she said, oh, I don't have anybody to wear it for. And the salesperson said, buy it for yourself. Why do you have to buy it for someone else? So those are types of meditations. And then she kind of combined it together with the idea of the beauty of doing nothing, the joy of doing nothing. She wore the lingerie for herself. She was in this Italian villa staying there. And then she made herself this beautiful breakfast, and she sat in this old villa and ate the breakfast by herself. And it was so amazing. Honestly, that's a type of meditation. This is what I do. I make myself a beautiful breakfast, and I have a nice tiny backyard, and I go there barefoot. I sit in the sun, I put my feet in the grass, and I eat my breakfast. And I've made it a ritual now. Whenever I have the time, and if I don't have an early morning breakfast, because I don't eat breakfast early, what I do is I do that. If I'm working from home, breakfast for me is at 11 or 12, so I only eat 2 meals. That's another thing that happened after I did the Human Garage. I became more conscious of what I ate and what I eat, and how it's made. And I make sure I do try to eat most of my meals at home. That's another thing that's worked, and I believe I've lost over 10 pounds already. I've got a lot more to go, but I'll make more videos about what vitamins and things I'm taking. Hopefully it's helpful to you. I don't sell vitamins, so you can buy them from anywhere that you trust. And so there we go. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this was helpful. If it was helpful, please share, and I'd love to hear from you. Take care.